Some English language learners have a really hard time with the long vowels because they require so much mouth movement. If you're one of those people, stay tuned because I have some tips for you. Hi, I'm Lori from Pronunciation Pro. In each of my videos, I give you just a snippet of information about American English pronunciation. A snippet is a small amount of something. So the idea is to narrow down the focus to something small and targeted that you can work on in order to improve your pronunciation. Today we're discussing the long vowel sounds A, I, O, and E. The oo sound is also a long vowel, but I've never had a student struggle to pronounce that one, so I'm not going to address that in this video. Each of these long vowel sounds, except for E and oo, are diphthongs, which means they start out with one vowel sound and then transition into another vowel. What that means is that your tongue has to do a lot of movement in order to communicate the full sound. When I hear errors on these long vowels, it's because the student is cutting the movement short, which results in a short vowel sound instead. This doesn't typically happen when the word ends with a long vowel, as in the word say, but it often happens when there's a consonant sound after that long vowel, as in the word same. My students rush to that ending consonant sound and cut the long vowel short. That makes a word like same sound like sem. So let's just take each vowel one by one and talk about how they should be pronounced. The long A is made up of two sounds, plus E, A. You start with and then quickly transition into E, A. If you don't do that second part, you'll be saying the short vowel, eh. So this word is not pronounced gret, but rather great. Notice how quickly I'm transitioning to that E sound, great. Then we have the long I. This one is also made up of two sounds, plus E, I. You start by dropping your tongue into an shape and then quickly transitioning to the E, I. What I frequently hear on this one is more of an sound. So time will sound like tam. The problem here is not starting with the right vowel sound and also not transitioning into an E. This vowel needs to start with and then quickly move into E, I, time. Next is the long O. This one starts with the tongue in an position, as in the word cup, but the lips are rounded, just like the letter O itself. So it's and then it transitions into that tightly rounded oo shape, O. The most frequent error I hear on this word is pronouncing it more like aw. So a word like most will sound like most. So again, start with the lips rounded like the letter O itself, and then transition to oo. O, most. Finally, we have the long E, which is not a diphthong. The tongue is only in one position, which is very high in the mouth, so high that it's almost touching the roof of the mouth, but not quite. This is a very tense vowel, so the muscles of the tongue really need to be engaged on this one. E. The error that I most often hear on this vowel is that it's produced with the tongue too relaxed and too far down in the mouth. So a word like sheep will sound like ship. You have to bring the tongue up very high and keep it there, sheep. If you start high but let the tongue relax right before that next consonant, you get sheep. Instead, you want to keep that tongue up high. Sheep. All right, now that we've talked about how to pronounce these long vowels, let's practice them in some sentences. As always, I encourage you to hit that pause button after I say a sentence and try to say it just like I did, with the exact same sounds. And remember, don't rush to that ending consonant sound before you've done the full tongue movement. Ready? Here we go. The long A. Wayne kept the same name when he grew in fame. Jane takes a plane instead of the train when she goes to Spain. It would be great if we could meet at 8 for our date. It's lame to complain about a game you can't change. The long I. I had a fine time while standing in line to buy wine. I'd like to bike with Mike, but he wants to hike. The kite might be white, but I can't tell in this light. We will dine tonight at 9, so please be on time. The long O. Both of them like being a host the most. I'm in Rome without a comb because I left it at home. She has flown into the danger zone without her own phone. When I spoke, my voice broke and it sounded like a frog's croak. The long E. She is sweet because she greets everyone she meets on the street. After a deep sleep, my sheets are piled in a heap. I won't make a scene, but you should clean that screen because it's turning green. We need to pull that weed before it goes to seed. Okay, there you have it. I hope this practice on the long vowels was helpful for you. If so, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. And if you need more personalized help in working on the vowel sounds, which can be a bit difficult to learn, check out the link I've posted below. In the meantime, happy practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.